What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Alright, making their debut on the channel tonight! We have White Stripes. Yes, indeed. How about that? White Stripes on the channel. Who would have thought that? Who knew that was going to happen? I didn't know. Now, I got a question. In the video, it just says White Stripes. Is it White Stripes or is it the White Stripes or the White Stripes? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure which way it goes. I can only go with what the video title says. The video title says White Stripes. So, there you go. This was requested by Sorg Family. Sorg Family wanted to see me react to this song by White Stripes called Death Letter. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I don't believe I've heard this song before. I believe I have. I know I've heard. Okay, first of all, have I heard of White Stripes before? I think so. If it's, I thought they were called the White Stripes though, but I guess I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure I've heard of them before. I may have even heard a couple songs from them before, but I don't think this is one of them. Now, as always, there is a possibility though that I may have heard this song in passing and I'm just not aware of it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by X3XEX. Yeah, X3XEX. And the video has 376,224 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. White Stripes, Death Letter, Glastonbury 2005. Back to Glastonbury. Glastonbury is very hit and miss with me. Sometimes the videos get through, no problem. Other times, they've gotten blocked. And sometimes the blocking doesn't even happen from the band. It happens from Glastonbury. It happens from the producers of the Glastonbury shows. Sometimes they block the video. So it's kind of hit and miss. You know, sometimes I'm safe, sometimes I'm not. I guess we'll find out. Whoa. 7:47. Okay, it's a longer song. I've said it before in the past when it comes to long songs. I got no problem doing long songs. I got no problem with it, but they better be entertaining as hell, because if they're not, I'm going to slam them. So, now there have been some long songs that have been great. I did that reaction to Nightwish, that Nightwish song, criminy. Ghost Love Score. I did that. That was like a 10-minute video. No problem. The time flew, man. I loved that. That was fantastic. Then again, I've done other songs where the video's been like 9 minutes long. It's been even shorter than that, and it was like boring as hell. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll find out here. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Those hollow violins just hit. It's interesting he's got the slide on the pinky. Usually the slide is on the ring finger. Usually. Or I've seen ring, I've seen middle too. You know, it's usually on one of these two fingers. Typically, most people I've seen are done on the ring, but I've seen a couple of people use on the middle. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use the slide on the pinky, though. That might be the first time I've ever seen that. So that's interesting. Interesting. I wonder why. Because now he can't use the pinky to hit notes within the slide. I wonder why he did it that way. Anyway. Let's keep going. Wait a minute, are we getting into it? Okay, so it sounds like we're getting into the main song now. If I'm being honest here, the intro was a little long. It was a little long. I would have cut that in like half. A lot of repetition. But I mean, it wasn't bad. What he was playing wasn't terrible. It was long. You know what I mean? But whatever. Let's keep going. He's got a very distinct vocal tone. He sounds like somebody, though. Who does he sound like? It's a combination of tone and... Oh, I know who it is. Okay, I know who I'm thinking of. I don't know his name. The lead singer of Foghat. That's who he sounds like to me.
Many, many minutes later.
I do not remember the guy's name. But yeah, the lead singer of Foghat, that's what he kind of reminds me of, especially his vowel formation. Especially in the O's. Like the O's, the O to the U sound, like the owls, like those. The way he's forming it with his tone, it very much reminds me of the lead singer of Foghat. As far as the song goes, I don't know how I'm feeling about it. It's got that like mid to late 70s kind of feel to it. It's got a good feel to it. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. Maybe my opinion will change. Maybe my opinion will change. Tempo is all over the place. Like, part of me thinks that this is on purpose. Like, part of me thinks it's planned, but then part of me, like, I don't know. Like, I'm hearing a lot of places where the tempo is speeding up and a lot of places where it's slowing down. Now, here's the thing. When it slows down, they're slowing down together and they're making eye contact and they're watching each other. So I believe that part's planned, but then there have been a couple of spots where the tempo it's not like a consistent growth. It like speeds up for a little bit, like maybe a measure, maybe one measure where the tempo has to speed up and then it comes back again. It sounds sloppy. Look, it may be intentional. It might be, but it sounds to me, because first time hearing it, it sounds sloppy. It sounds disorganized. It doesn't sound together. Whether it's intentional or not is irrelevant. It sounds sloppy. It's sloppy. And the thing is, it's happening from the drumming. It's not so much him. It's really more about the drummer. It almost feels to me like the drummer is following him, or at least she's trying to follow him. But there are those couple of times in that last phrase where she started to jump ahead a little bit and then she pulled back. You know, it was like, what the hell? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense, because he didn't speed up with her. She sped up on her own without him, and then she pulled back. So to me, that sounds like sloppy playing. Like I said, when they would look at each other and they'd follow each other and they did that decelerando, they did that twice. They decelerando twice together. That sounded fine. But when he's going at one tempo and it's steady, and then she jumps ahead just a little bit and then comes right back down again, that's sloppiness. I'm sorry, but it is. It does not sound planned. It does not sound organized. It does not sound like that was intentional. That sounded like a mistake. So, and if it happened once, that's one thing. But it's happened like in that last phrase, it happened like, I think it happened 3 times. Why? I mean, can she not hold a beat? I mean, is that it? I don't know.
Someone that don't love you don't look like satisfaction, and I don't care what you do. So hard to love.
Don't drag now. Come on, girl.
Someone that don't love you. Don't look like satisfaction. I care what you do.
turning into a jam session now. It feels like a jam session anyway. Again, this could all be planned, but it doesn't feel planned. It feels like it's a jam session right now. There were some good things. There were some not so good things. I'll see you in the review. Well, there you go, folks. That was White Stripes with Death Letter. This was a request from Sorg Family. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 5.8. Yep, 5.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
First of all, I'm sure there's probably some, White Stripes fans that are new to the channel, have never seen the channel before, and they're probably thinking to themselves, 5.8 is a horrible score. No, it's not. I literally do score on a scale of 0 to 10, okay? So, 5.8, is that a bad score? No, it's not. If you actually look down below, look in the video description, you'll find my scoring chart down there. 5.0 is the bottom threshold for okay, okay? This was an okay song, in my opinion. Wasn't quite really good. It definitely wasn't great, but it was okay. It was okay. And I'm going to tell you why. I promise you. I'm going to give you my reasonings for this. For starters, it was way too long. Way too long. If they had cut a minute off of that intro and another minute off of that outro, you would have cut the song down to about 5 something. That would have been a lot easier pill to swallow. It would have made a lot more sense. A lot of repetition, a lot of the song really not developing or going anywhere. It just kept vamping on the same theme, and it's after about the first 2 minutes of that, it starts to get old. And I'm gonna be honest with you, by about the 5-minute mark, I was done. I was so done with this song. I'm like, okay, I get it. Next, let's move on. It wasn't. Here's the thing: the song wasn't bad. Okay, the songwriting, it's simple. It had that bluesy, like, I don't know about Texas blues feel. Well, sort of. Maybe more like a Memphis or a Tennessee blues type of feel to it. that was mostly due to the, well, it was both. It was both the drumming and the guitar playing. They both complement each other really well. Stylistically, it fit. They both fit each other really well. Vocally, I swear to God, that guy sounds like the lead singer of Foghat. It's kind of eerie, but it sounded good. Like, I think his vocals was honestly, his vocals one of the high points for me. The vocals and the guitar playing. The guitar playing was good. Listen, everything he did was really good. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was unusual putting the slide on the pinky. Usually you don't see that. You usually will see slide on either the ring finger, more often than not on the ring finger. Sometimes on the middle finger. I've only used slide a couple times in my history of playing, and I'm trying to remember what I did ring finger, if I'm not mistaken. I did it on the ring. Using on the pinky, it's very unusual because you can't use your pinky anymore now to hammer out notes while you're sliding. You can't do you can't do movement up unless you're like completely on a slide. But you can't do singular notes, ascending singular notes. So it kind of limits, but at the same time, it was kind of interesting watching him use the slide the way he did. He was doing a lot of hammering with the slide, which is unusual. I haven't seen too many people do that. That was nice. The drumming, for the most part, the drumming was solid. For the most part, there were those parts where they would come together, like the times when they watched each other and they locked in and they would decelerando together. They would come down together, slow down together, decelerando, slow down. They did the decelerandos together. That sounded fine. That sounded good because they were together. When they came back up, though, he was at one tempo. She was at the same tempo as him, but every once in a while, he's here at this tempo, right? She's right here with him, but every once in a while, for about a measure, she would start to speed up, and then she'd come right back down again. That, to me, is sloppy playing. Now, was that planned? Maybe. If that was planned, why? Someone explain to me why. Why a drummer would start to accelerando like that without staying with the guitar player. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And I'm saying that she didn't stay with him because from what I could see on stage, and this is unusual, she, as the drummer, was following him. Now look, I understand there's no bass player on stage. So there's nobody to actually set the tempo as far as, that's the bass player's job. Bass player sets the tempo. Drummer's job is to set the feel, the mood and tone of the song. So without a bass player, it relies on one of them to set the tempo. And from what I could tell and from what I saw, it looked to me like she was following him. So why she would start to accelerando without him and then pull it back, there's no reason for it. There's no rhyme or reason for it. If they had both gone up together, that would be one thing. But they both didn't. She started to jump ahead of him and then she quickly pulled back. So that's sloppy playing. And yeah, that did affect the score. Absolutely. And lastly, I mean, like I said, the guitar solo at the end, the whole jam thing at the end, it was cool. It would have been nice if they'd switched it up a little bit. I don't know, switch keys or, maybe switch up the feel of the jam that they were doing. But the jam stayed on the exact same feel, the exact same key the entire time. And it's like, well, okay, but that's nice and all, but what else have you got? What else can you do? Can you modulate? I mean, I don't know. It felt like, they were in A pretty much the entire time. It's like, how about you guys modulate up to D or down to E, or even, shoot, I mean, if you want to go up to a third, that's fine too. Go up to C sharp, or if you want to stay minor, go to C, but they stayed on A like the entire time. And it's like, oh God. So it got old. It became really old after a while. And I was like, okay, let's wrap this up. Again, getting back to the too long. They could have cut that in half and it would have been fine. So that's why it's getting the 5.8. It wasn't bad. Okay, I'm not saying it was bad. Trust me, if I thought it was bad, this would be down the 2s or the 3s. I am not afraid to get through the 2s and 3s. If you don't believe me about that, go back and look at a couple videos prior to this. Look for a band called Captain Beefheart. I think I gave them a 1 point something. There was one even after that. Daughters. Dear Lord. Yeah, go look at that video. You'll see, I got no problem giving low scores. I got no problem giving low scores if people deserve it. Now, this was an okay. It was okay. It was an okay job overall. Wasn't bad. Wasn't good. It was just okay. So that's why it's getting the 5.8. It's a high okay, but it's still an okay. Anyway, 5.8, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you'd like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base to become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.